favorite medical examiner, Jan Garavaglia, better known as Dr. G of the hit show Dr.G, Medical Examiner. She's in our studio right now and has a new book out called How Not to Die, Surprising Lessons on Living Longer, Safer, and Healthier. And this book has all kinds of important tips on what you can do to kind of, well, the Grim Reaper's going to come at some point. You just want to prolong that from happening.
That's right. We want to just get us into old age. For some people, for some reason, I see the same things occurring in my morgue, and we need to get past being able to die suddenly and unexpectedly, and let's just go to old age. And I think people could learn from the things I've seen in the morgue over the past 20 years.
Well, tell people a little bit more about what you do as a medical examiner, because folks think, oh, I watch TV, I see all these shows, I know what she does. Enlighten us, though. Right,
because all we see on TV are the crimes, and really only about 10% of my workload is crime and murders. The rest are just people dying suddenly and unexpectedly without a doctor, and I have to investigate what happened to these people, why they died. A lot of it's accidents, suicides, but the vast majority is natural disease.
It's like a mystery that you're trying to unfold, and there's little secrets, and that's part of the reason why you wanted to write this book, to let us know?
Right. Well, first of all, I realized that from the TV show, people were understanding and learning how to take care of themselves when they'd see people dying from these things. And so people were writing me letters saying, well, I finally realized why I have to take my blood pressure medicine. Well, hasn't your doctor been telling you? But, you know, when they see somebody die from it, it hits home. And so we kind of took the stories of how people die, and there's a lot of stories in there, real stories, and then give you the kind of the overall, the main things you can do, and then some other little tidbits, the dumb things I see in the morgue that just didn't need to happen.
Well, you had some suggestions here, and again, you think like, oh, sure, but, you know, one is when you drive your car into the garage, turn it off.
Right, but doesn't that seem like common sense?
It does.
500 people a year die from carbon monoxide, where they don't, and a lot of it, and I've seen several, where they leave their car for whatever reason, put the groceries away, and then forget to turn the car off. I've seen a family of 7 die that way, where the car exhaust goes into the house, and I've had several like that.
Even with the garage door open.
Even with the garage door open. A lot of times they'll close it, but their intake for their air conditioning or heating can be in from the garage.
And staying with the car, you're saying that if the window is rolled down, it increases your chances of having a severe, if an accident, something severe happens?
I see. You know, cars are designed, they're wonderful. They've been engineered to try to keep us safe. And so, you know, the seatbelt and the airbag, that's wonderful. But really, with lateral kind of accidents or rollovers, there can be partial ejections out, and heads come out. Arms come out, and I've seen devastating injuries from that. So to help prevent partial ejections, we want to keep those windows up. I also have seen people die from bees and insects coming into the car, and it probably happens more than we realize. The only way I'll know is if the passenger lives to tell us what really happened. But I've had several like that.
And with Christmas coming up, tell us what we should be aware of.
You know, the #1 day to die from natural disease, Robin, is Christmas. And they've looked at the statistics on that and why that is. And it's the same reason why people also die on vacation. They ignore their symptoms. They don't want to ruin the holidays. They don't want to ruin the vacation. That little bit of indigestion, oh, they think it'll go away. And they ignore their symptoms not to bother people, and they end up DOA. The #1 day to show up DOA at the hospital is Christmas Day.
Well, that is something to keep in mind this holiday season when we're out and about, and letting family know if it's something troubling us.
Particularly, you know, relatives that come visit, some of your older relatives.
Yeah, especially when you're out of your routine, your normal routine.
Right, and their doctor may not be familiar. They may be in unfamiliar surroundings, like on vacation. That's why that happens.
All right, Dr. G, thank you. And I didn't even say, what up, G? I was going to do it, but I didn't do it. So nice to have you here with us, and it is a fascinating read. And Dr. G, Medical Examiner, airs on Discovery Health Monday nights, and you can read an excerpt of her book at abcnews.com. Thank you again very much.